I was walking down the street, feeling kind of neat, when the wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. Oh, it was a sight to see, my hair flying in the breeze, 'cause the wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. People started laughing, they couldn't believe their eyes as my wig flew through the sky. Oh, what a surprise. I tried to catch it, but it slipped right through my hands, 'cause the wind came out your butt and now it's somewhere in the land. Oh, wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. Baby, you drive like shit. Did you see the car that you almost hit? I'd rather take the bus instead. Riding with you, I'm gonna end up dead. Don't ask me if I need a lift. Baby, you drive like shit. She just ran through always stop. I ain't trying to get stopped by the cops. Baby, why the hell did I let you drive? It's a miracle that you're still alive. Don't ask me if I need a lift. Baby, you drive like shit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look out, my girl is driving. Watch out, my girl drives like shit. Whoa, 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 whoa. My girl is driving. Watch out, my girl drives like shit. You made me know. Heard you big no tongue. Gotta let you know I will fuck you up. I whoop that ass, talking all that shit, spank that ass till you tap like a bitch. No, I ain't playing. I'm here to kick ass. Whoop that ass. It's time to punch face. I'm the one who brings you pain in the ring. I whoop that ass until the bell rings. Already know that I do not play. Throw a punch like I'm cutting down hay. I whoop that ass every single night. Spank that ass till they stop the fight. I'll tell you the story of a man, a radioactive tip in his hand. His hand grew 10 times its normal size to help him get his money on time. He knew if the bitch was telling a lie, which was 100% of the time. Superpowers to make a bitch listen, then get her naked with sex-ray vision. Sweep a police station in a single bound, slapping bitches down to the fucking ground. His name was famous across the land. They called him the pimp named Superhand. Oh shit, yeah, the pimp named Superhand. He had powers no other pimp had. Oh fuck yeah, the pimp named Superhand. That motherfucker was super bad. Asking for dinner ain't asking for much. You had one job and still fucked it up. Sometimes you gotta learn respect. I use my pimp hand to correct. It's called a bitch slap, slap. Come get your face clapped. hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
Welcome back. Welcome back. In the building one more evening. I'm your host, School for Justice, here where we live, love, laugh, and conquer police brutality. And on tonight, we have a young black teenager in Indianapolis tonight that was falsely accused of a serious violent crime until the body cam proves different. So sit back, relax, join in with me. Get your popcorn, get your wine, whatever you may need, and let's jump on the show.
A teenager was falsely accused or arrested for attempted murder. That teen is now free. I'm going to give you the horrific story of what happened. Here's a video.
Okay. Open the door. Open the door right now. Yeah. I need another plug here now. Do not move. No, stop. Exactly. Everything's fine. Ready? Don't move, okay? You have a weapon on you? Yes, he did. He had it pointed up at me. Okay. Are you okay? Are you okay? Right? Just take a breath. Take a breath. Yeah, take a breath. Take a breath. Because I was like, what are you doing? And I leaned forward and I could see it. Take a breath. Take a breath. Yep. Oh, yes.
Put up the picture for me.
All right, so the rundown of the content is we have an 18-year-old young black man who is pulled over by the police. As we saw, the officer drawed out on him while he's sitting in the car. And he's charged with attempted unaliving. So we know the word, the attempted M word. That's his charge, okay? So we're going to continue to check out what goes down next. Appreciate you coming in and smashing the like button.
According to Atlanta Black Star, despite her actions being recorded on body cam, the Indianapolis police sergeant, Robin Frazier, falsely claimed last month a black teen pointed a gun at her, landing him in jail on attempted murder charges that could have sent him to prison for decades.
All right, so she says that this young fella draws out on her and pulls out the fire to her. But what do we see in the content? We clearly see she's drawing out on him. So we already peeping the error. We already see what's going down in the beginning of the content.
Indianapolis police then further pushed this false narrative that the teenager, 18-year-old Dalen Brewer, quote, appeared to point a revolver in her direction, end quote. That's according to a Facebook post the day after the April 12th incident. This is called railroading, ladies and gentlemen. They were willing to railroad an 18-year-old child. Quote, Brewer made a gesture
This
Like
is
he
called railroading. That's what's going down right now. They want to railroad a 18-year-old child. I totally agree with the host. This is a child, 18-year-old kid. Maybe he's graduated from school. So question is, where's your evidence coming from to link this individual to the crime? That's where we're kind of at right now. So we're going to continue to see what goes down next.
pulled the trigger, but the gun did not fire. End quote. Police claimed in the Facebook post on April 13th. Allegations repeated by the national media, which Brewer says led to him losing his job. Quote, he looked down at his gun as if he were surprised by this. The sergeant drew her own gun and ordered Brewer to open the car door, which he did. He then dropped the revolver and raised both hands. End quote. The media ran with the police version of the narrative, however, reporting that he was initially charged with multiple felonies, including attempted murder, intimidating an officer, resisting law enforcement where a weapon is drawn, and 2 counts of pointing a firearm. Court records show he was facing a single felony charge of pointing a firearm at another prior to the case being dismissed. Now, those are extreme charges to be charged with attempted murder of a police officer and then to have it publicly distributed to the world.
My thing is this. So if he never drawed out a firearm at you, he never pulled the trigger, and we just saw in writing what happened according to the evidence in the body cam, that I guess when she pulled him over, there was one in his lap. Remember, he drops it, raised both hands in the air. So how is that linked to attempted unaliving? That he's attempting to fire at you. Please make it make sense, because the body cam shows none of that. Zero. What do you see, folks? We can talk about it.
To the world. But then the Marion County Prosecutor's Office, well, they dismissed the case 4 days. It took them 4 days to dismiss the case on April 16th. Why? Because they reviewed the body cam video, and their official determination was, we have evidentiary problem. Quote, body-worn camera footage does not support the allegations in the probable cause affidavit. End quote. The prosecutor's office.
So why 4 days to dismiss the case? 4 days? We know, according to the law, attempted unaliving is proven intent to end someone's life. Whatever form that may be, whatever actions you may take, this boy never even held the fire in his hand nor pulled the trigger. But you're charging him with an attempted M word. You know, YouTube have their quote unquote the words and whatnot. So we're going with unaliving. All right. Now, what are you seeing so far? Because at this point, we just see lies after lies. The body cam shows a total different story.
Stated according to WRTV, but Indianapolis police still insisted he pointed a gun at her, claiming in a statement to local media on April 17th, the quote, body-worn cameras, while valuable tools, only capture a portion of an officer's field of view and do not capture everything experienced by an officer. End quote. However, the narrative fell apart on April 19th when police released the body cam video to the public, sparking more outrage from the public. The body cam video shows Frazier, a 17-year veteran with the police department, pulling into Riverside Park in response to a suspicious vehicle. She pulls up to the park, walks up to a red car where Brewer is sitting in the driver's seat with a friend sitting in the passenger seat, and orders him to open the door, which was when she claimed he pointed a gun at her. Now that just don't make no damn sense at all.
Okay, folks, and that's what we just saw. That's what we just witnessed, the content that I just showed. I'm trying to figure out, why did they pull this boy over in the first place? What was your probable cause or reason for pulling him over? Let's make all of it make sense. You pull him over for whatever la-di-da cause, and then charge him with attempted unaliving plus other bogus felony charges. So none of it is even adding up to make any logical sense.
Okay. She's a 17-year veteran. She's been a veteran with the cops as long as he's been alive. Okay. Quote, Brewer raised the revolver, this is in the report, then dropped the gun and raised both hands. She wrote in the probable cause affidavit, according to Indy Star. In court documents reviewed by Indy Star, police wrote that, quote, Sergeant Frazier could see an AR-style gun between Brewer's legs and a revolver next to his left foot, end quote. Indiana allows citizens to carry guns without permits if they have no felony convictions or certain misdemeanor domestic abuse convictions.
So we heard that, right? We got our state laws. Okay, this is what Indianapolis said. And so Indiana, rather, that they allow you to carry your firearm without a permit. We see this in writing, all right? As long as they have no felony convictions or certain misdemeanors, domestic abuse convictions. So, boom, there it is. All right, what do you see? Go ahead and put your thoughts in the comments in the chat, and we could definitely dialogue about it.
Cops do not even have the right to require you to justify having said firearm, period. So an assumption was made. The assumption was wrong. The cop decided to amplify charges that did not exist to cover her ass. 17-year veteran. But it got out of control. The narrative did not.
Say that again, sir. To cover her ass. She knew exactly what she was doing. She's proven malice intent, malicious intent. She's been in the business, as he say, the veteran, longer than this boy has been alive. 17 years under her belt. So that's what this is all about. And he's digging in deep, going play for play, step for step, to show the brutality and corruption from this police department.
Sticking individuals looked beyond the headline. But you were willing to railroad an 18-year-old baby. The fact that the prosecutors decided to drop this case in 4 days completely and not lock you up is a problem. All right, dear brother, thoughts here.
That very last point you made.
All right, so people, this ought to infuriate you. You ought to be pissed off. You ought to feel some type of way. It's called passion. It's called a righteous anger. Because you were willing to railroad and destroy a child's life. And I can identify. So I definitely have a severe issue with people like this. Corrupt character who do not belong in the force. So what do you see? And we're going to continue on the content and hear what other guests have to say on the matter.
I think was the point I was going to suggest. For railroad is a very generous term in this case. If I call the police and I'm like, look, my neighbor busts down the front door and strangled me, and they come and look and the door is still upright and I'm not strangled, I'm going to jail. That's crime. Right. I have committed a crime. And so the fact that she is falsifying such egregious charges and letting this go out into the media and ruin this if it's in Alabama, it would be a minor reputation is egregious. And everybody believes in Second Amendment rights until it's a black man or a black kid, child in this instance. So
no excuses. No excuses. Discrimination and corruption has no boundaries. It has no race. Hate has no race, no age, no gender, no limits. Y'all, I cover just as many officers and police corruption on white people as much as I do black people. Actually, I show more where white people rights are violated just as much as black people rights are violated. Hate has no discrimination. It has no race, no color. All lives matter. And I stand for justice and for truth and for freedom to prevail. Human rights is the number one goal. So this is where we're at. Let's make it make sense, people. We're here to divide and conquer. Divide and conquer is our niche.
We have a Second Amendment that lets you look like you or I. And again, all these stories happen to be about police this evening. Why are we paying taxes? Why are we paying for these people to be abusing us, to be beating us, to be ruining our reputation, to be perjuring themselves to harm us? And why is the prosecution, in this case, why is the DA's office not looking into this on the other end? This at a bare minimum, this officer needs to be fired. You can't, falsifying legal documents is a crime. That's and right. It's certainly a fireable offense. And if not, the Solicitor General, whoever that investigates the police in this state, needs to open this entire department and look at every last one of the records, every last arresting incident I would say that this office has ever been involved in the past 17 years.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, sometimes it takes people like you, shows like this, and an audience like ours in order to push the narrative to the place of actual justice.
All right, people. So this is where we're at. And as we clearly see in this situation, falsifying documents is illegal. And this officer should have been charged and arrested for a crime that she committed and fully knew and was fully aware of and knew better of because of her position. So until next time, we're always here to rise and shine above police brutality. All lives matter. I stand for truth, justice, freedom, human rights to prevail. Share your thoughts, and we could continue to conquer police brutality. I am your host, School for Justice, where we live, love, and laugh. And until next time, I'm always speak truth to power. Peace.